I will admit I could have reviewed this on Sonic's birthday, you know, nearly 2 weeks ago, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. I am also aware that I had previously reviewed this under the Movie Night banner, but not in the same analytical manner that I've become so accustomed to. So, with that said, let's grab a time stone and journey back to 1999 to ADV Films' Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
Let's be clear on something here. Sonic the Hedgehog, in terms of animation, features, or games, is never going to win an award in the same regard as, say, Jurassic Park, The Dark Knight, or even Iron Man. But that said, the story in this movie, which is actually 2 episodes combined from a series in Japan in 1995 that only had 2 episodes, has a simple enough premise and plot to follow, and so does not complicate the viewing experience and leave surprises that people would not see coming. The plot is that Robotnik has actually come asking for Sonic's help, which Sonic himself is already suspicious of. But that said, Robotnik is the sort of person you wouldn't trust as a head caterer, else the menu would mainly consist of eggs. Despite the "I've seen this crap before" motif, the Hedgehog and others are willing to listen, and it seems that Robotnik has been ousted from Robotropolis by Metal Robotnik, and is looking to destroy the world.
In true Sonic style, this movie never slows down, even when there are no action scenes. You can see the momentum is still turning, and we see the unveiling of Robotnik's plans.
There's a reasonable amount of slapstick humour to where some characters are at the centre of a little too much comic relief, whether it be Robotnik being slapped too many times or the amount of times Knuckles is tested.
Speaking of Knuckles, this is actually refreshing to see him not featured as a dumbass that we've become so accustomed to in recent games in the Sonic franchise, where he is made the butt of the jokes.
But Metal's a robot, he's not really Sonic.
I'm gonna be honest here, this is where the movie loses a lot of points. The voices are not awful per se, but there is a lot of room for improvement. Particularly in regards to Tails, who sounds like he has the worst head cold imaginable.
Sonic! I finally finished it! See, isn't it great? It's a jet-propelled bodyboard.
Sonic is not exempt from this either. Nathan Burke tried his best to make this work, but he just made the Blue Boy sound really off-key and too high-pitched.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you, since I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
Knuckles I found to be a lot more plausible because he was neither too squeaky nor deep. He was what he needed to be and what the character should actually sound like.
So are you going back to treasure hunting now?
Of course! Finding treasure is my absolute favorite pastime.
Huh?
Edwin Neal, who was the live-action actor behind Lord Zed in Power Rangers, voices both the President and Dr. Robotnik. His President role was plausible enough, but then you get to Robotnik and he just sells this role in spades. It's just the over-the-top, arrogant, charismatic and showboating performance that Neal gives in this that just makes a treat to hear as Robotnik. So much so that I put this in the same league as Long John Baldry and Mike Pollock.
Mind you, you have to keep in perspective that this movie is a product of its time, where the delivery of voice acting was not such a high priority as opposed to modern times like Azumanga Daioh, for example, which is arguably one of the best animes in regards to voice dialogue.
So again, not awful, but could have been a lot better. The animation is a very 90s anime with its dark palette as opposed to the very bright and colourful animes of today, like Slayer's Revolution for example. But that said, it doesn't take too much away from the movie, and the darker colours and shading complement the movie when it goes to these dark places with the reveal of Metal Sonic, aka Metallics in Europe.
It's a robot that looks exactly like Sonic!
I like the hat that Knuckles is given, as it just suits him. The music really adds to the flick, where it's very upbeat in the reveal, to where Sonic and Tails begin the journey to Robotropolis, where it has this intense driving feel, and to these really dark moments.
There is only one Sonic.
It's definitely got that anime feel with the saxophone playing in the theme that we're so accustomed to, and it gets you upbeat for more in the movie.
So yeah, the score is easily one of the more redeeming qualities of the flick.
It's not perfect, by any means, but everything balances out with the humour and the action, and you get taken back a bit by some places that the movie goes to.
It's cheesy, but it's cheesy in a good way. By that definition, it has personality, and doesn't try to be this ultra-realistic flick with brooding male protagonists that have about as much humour and charm as a wooden post. Yeah, seriously? Can we stop it with that trend? It's old.
Sonic the Hedgehog gets a good flick bargain. Until next time, thanks for watching.